In the last video, I bought the cheapest BMW 335i in the country, and it of course came with some big problems. I don't think we should be doing this, man. What is going on here? From the outside, this car looked very good. It had no dents in the panels, fantastic paint, and I'd say the car was 90% complete. Well, after the test drive, we opened up the bonnet and we found a massive amount of smoke coming out of the engine bay. Bro, this thing is cooked. Because of the oil leak and the lack of power steering, I was able to negotiate a crazy deal. I ended up buying this BMW 335i for $2,700. The only problem now is that I have to fix this. And I don't know how much it's going to cost me, but we'll find out very soon.
Holy crap.
BMWs are notorious for having oil leaks, and a common place that these oil leaks come from is from the valve cover. Judging by the fact that the smoke was coming off of the exhaust, pointed me in the direction that the valve cover was leaking oil, as this engine is designed to be on a tilt. So in the last video, I began removing the valve cover. It was a very difficult job and caused me to say some words that I cannot repeat on YouTube. Because this fucking... Okay, well that... yeah. You. But I got it off in the end, only to find that I had ordered the wrong valve cover. Unfortunately, it's the wrong damn one. Fortunately, this came in the mail today. Oh shit, yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Got new hardware. Here's a quick comparison of the new one. There you go. And of course, it comes with brand new hardware and all the bolts. What I've done is I've also put silicone just underneath the gasket. I did that like about half an hour ago, so it just keeps the gasket in place. And then we should be able to put this on now without the gasket going everywhere. Before you replace any gasket, you need to make sure that the surface that you're putting the new gasket on is completely free of dirt. As you can see here, the surface was extremely oily and dirty.
That's pretty bad.
There was oil all over the spark plugs, as you can see here. Look at all that oil. Dude, look at that, that's bad. Edward Scissorhands.
You look fine, just fine.
So we started by cleaning the gasket material. It's been like an hour since we last picked up the camera, cleaning the top of the head, ready for the new valve cover. You can see it's looking pretty decent now. We're just soaking up all the oil in between the spark plugs, because in the middle of the head it is filled. I'm honestly very surprised that this thing didn't throw like a misfire code. Or maybe it did and I didn't see it, but anyway, we're gonna chuck the valve cover on, baby. So it was as simple as putting a new valve cover on, which is what I wish I could say. It was actually a pain in the ass trying to install the new valve cover, as there is no room. It's no wonder the invoices we looked at, the labor costs were the most expensive part of the job. Anyway, I pushed through, connecting up all the electrical connectors, the fuel rail, which was super satisfying to do, and then the coil packs. Boom. We will need to change the spark plugs at a later stage, and I'll do that when we need to. For now, we just want to get the car running to see if it all works. Wait, where's my 10 mil? Hang on, where's my, hey, can someone pass me the 10 mil? Oh, cheers, car.
You son of a bitch. Anytime. Yeah, I've been told not to draw a dick, so I'll just write my name on it this time. Where should I go? Right here?
Next to Peter.
Where's Peter?
Peter Brash.
Hell yeah.
25. I'll just do 25. There you go.
Valve cover is now on. We got everything tight. Fuel lines connected, vacuum lines connected, electronics connected, and carbon intake. Anyway, we connected the battery. I just want to look over this thing one more time. I'm kind of nervous. Make sure I didn't leave anything in here. Very nervous, guys. Oh, got audio.
Turn that shit up.
Okay, here we go. I'm incredibly nervous. As soon as we start this thing, we need to go around to the front and make sure that everything's okay. It should start smoking up a bit because we, sprayed a whole bottle of brake cleaner in there. Except, start. Oh! Okay, a bit of a misfire. Engine fault, reduced power. Well, it's misfiring. Let's go have a look at it. Now, I'm not gonna lie, guys, my heart sank. This was a huge fright, as a problem that could occur after installing a new valve cover could either be hours of my time lost or worse. Thousands and thousands of dollars to fix. I kept my cool behind the camera, but internally, I was scared. I don't know, maybe a vacuum line or something, because I'm pretty sure I plugged everything in. Full engine power no longer due to journey delay. Drive moderately. Have the problem checked by BMW. Yeah, you.
Give it another rev.
Now the car was very low on fuel, so I decided to go to the petrol station to fill up a jerry can, as I was sort of running out of options here. We really need a staircase up here or something. So I can't believe this. I just had one last look at the car before I went off to get some fuel, and I figured out the misfire. Let me show you. I was just checking all the cables, and it turns out I didn't connect up one of the injector wires. So, oh, wrong way. Fuel injector number 6 plugged in. Let's try to start this one more time before we go and get some more fuel for it. Here we go. Bet you it's not gonna misfire now. Yep. There we go, running mint. So we still have a check engine light, so we're gonna have to probably clear the codes. Also, we need to fill it up with petrol because we have like 12 kilometers left. All right, we're back from the servo. Got my 20-liter jerry can. Well, boys, we got the BMW running. Let's go for a test drive. This thing freaking rips. It's actually insane. Like, it's way faster than it should be, and I paid $2,700, baby. At this point, the car was running fantastic. It still had no power steering. However, the oil leak definitely was fixed, and we were able to properly test drive the car for the very first time. Alright, first pull. You ready? Oh! We got no power steering though, but it rips, man. Dude, it's so quick. It might have a tune, I don't know.
I think it might have a tune.
Yeah, I think it has a tune, man. Alright, boys, here we go. Bro, N54 club, baby. Hell yeah, bro. This thing's sick. It's so fast. I'm not messing around now with one turbo, we got 2. Got the AC running, got the speakers, the iDrive.
This feels good.
Whoa.
Ah, dude. Oh, my Uber's here.
Bro, we're abusing this thing. Oh, hang on.
It stinks though.
It stinks,
Yeah, it
bro.
stinks.
I think something's very wrong.
What do you mean?
It smells, man.
Yeah,
I can
it
smell. It still smells. It smells like it's burning. How's it sound? Does it sound alright?
It sounds really good. Yep.
It's smoking, man. Really bad. That doesn't make any sense though because we just replaced the valve cover. Oh my god. Not again. Man, you fix one oil leak and you find another. BMWs, bro. Oh no. So again, I went into panic mode because this could have been a really expensive problem that needed to be fixed. After replacing the valve cover, which was where the main oil leak was coming from, it was still smoking up. Luckily, my friend PJ, who you guys know from the older videos, came around on his bike and he said it was probably remnants from the valve cover leaking so bad. So I got out some brake cleaner, sprayed everything down, waited for it to all dry, and thankfully that fixed the oil smoking problem. I'm a bit lightheaded from the brake cleaner. Whew. Gotta be careful in spraying that stuff because that stuff makes you feel all sorts of ways. Anyway, it's time to fix the power steering pump. So we're gonna jack the car up now, replace the power steering pump. Don't know how bad of a job this is gonna be, but hopefully as easy as the valve cover because that wasn't too bad. So this is gonna be our first look underneath the BMW for the very first time. I'm very curious to see what this thing is like because I had a look underneath before I bought it and I couldn't see any oil leaks and the drip tray was off as well. So yeah, just like I thought, guys. Check this out, there's like no oil leaks at all. It is completely dry under here. I can't even see a bushing that's bad or a ball joint. Even all the ball joints look fantastic. So I don't even know where the power steering pump is, man. I think it's just around there. Oh man, how do I get to that? So I got really lucky with this BMW. There was not a drop of oil underneath the engine bay. That is very rare for these cars because they are notorious for leaking oil absolutely everywhere. Anyway, it was time to start removing the power steering pump, which I of course had never done before. I knew this was going to be a pain in the ass because I watched a few videos, and I can confirm it was not easy. There's a lot of stuff that you have to remove out of the way in order to get your hands down to the power steering pump, and you really got to take your time because half of the engine bay is made from plastic. Plastic is very brittle, and obviously with a lot of heat cycles, it tends to get very brittle, so you got to take extra care when working on these engines. I'm also going to do a service to the car because it was overdue, so after taking everything apart, we headed down to Autobahn to grab some oil. Alright guys, we are now here at Autobahn picking up some oil for the BMW. Autobahn, been helping out for ages, and we're going to grab some oil and a filter, get the BMW running. Got all the oil that we could ever need at Autobahn. What do you reckon we should get?
540, you don't want anything too thick.
540, yeah, that sounds about right. 6.5 litres. So it says that we need 6.5 litres and it's suggesting 5W40. I picked up 10 litres of Penrite 10W40. And once again, guys, Autobahn has been a massive helper of the channel. They're providing the oil today for this BMW. If you guys want anything tools related, service related, dash cams, audio, you name it for automotive, then head down to your local Autobahn because they've got everything. Oh, jeez, there's not a lot of room in here. Don't want to crack that pipe. This bloody cooler's in the way. I think it's a oil cooler or something. Oh my god. We've got the pulley bolts off now, and now we can take the belt off. I don't even know where this socket's going. Jesus Christ. Oh, this cooler is just in the way, man. Last bolt at the back. I've managed to somehow get the tool in there. Here we go. There we go. Alright, we've almost got the pump out, guys. A lot of swearing. We've disconnected a power steering line, which was disgustingly hard to do. Got the fluid all drained. And apparently the next thing we're going to do is take off the power steering lines from here. Now the annoying thing is, guys, there's one-time use clamps. One-time use clamps on the BMW, which means you can only use them one time. So we need to chop them off. How the hell am I going to get to that? Oh my god, why BMW? Why make this even harder than it already is? How the hell am I supposed to get this off? Oh, it's so close to smacking the radiator as well. I never want to do this ever again. Jesus Christ. That's the power steering pump. I don't know if the steering rack could be bad, but yeah, look at that. Shit job. And of course, look, it's also got another one-time use clip. It's got a one-time use clip there.
You want to play League of Legends now?
I really want to play League of Legends with my best friend Draven.
That's me! Okay.
Get me out. So we've got the old power steering pump off now, and I just got the new pump in the mail. Not too sure what brand this is, but it was cheap. It was about $250 on the interwebs, and it's exactly the same as the standard pump. It just doesn't come with any lines. So we're gonna have to put the line that's currently on the power steering pump onto the new one. And the frustrating thing about BMWs is for some reason they use these one-time use clamps everywhere. So come on, focus your dog. So as you can see, there's a one-time use clamp on the hose right here, and because it's got some pretty hectic bends, we've got to make sure that we put it back in the exact same way. We also have to take off the bracket that holds the power steering pump to the motor. So a few Torx bits, we'll clean this up, take this hose off, line everything up, then put the new power steering pump in, and hopefully the cheap one works. Luckily on the OEM hose, there's a little marker showing where it needs to go. So when you're putting it onto the new pump, you can put it on exactly where it needs to go to reach the power steering reservoir. Of course, I had to break this clamp. I then put the hose onto the new power steering pump, and then we were ready to install it onto the engine. We've got the old brackets connected, and it's now time to finagle this thing back in, which is not fun. So I'm gonna put the camera down and play with it myself. Otherwise, I'll probably start broing. What's a bro, Nathan?
Bro.
Give us an example. While we're doing this, Nathan has bought a new car. If you guys want to see this AU Falcon, then head over to his channel. He bought an AU Falcon from the wreckers, basically.
It was crashed, so it does belong in the wreckers, but
Mate.
it's not any AU, it's an XR6, you see that?
Maybe it's our chance.
Making some major progress. Just putting on the serpentine belt now. And I forgot how it went on, so I've looked up a little diagram on the interwebs. The annoying thing is, when working on this BMW, you can't really visualize anything. Nothing really makes sense. Half the bolts that I'm undoing, I can't even see. I'm just using my hands. But we're almost done, guys. Home stretch. Just putting everything back together and we can take this thing for a rip. All right, this is exciting, guys. We've got one more piece to put back in the BMW and then we can finally start the car. The radiator fan shroud. Very excited, guys. We have everything installed now. New power steering pump. Bit worried because it was one of the cheapest ones on the internet. But yeah, we are ready to start the car. We're gonna connect with the battery.
Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Okay, guys.
I'll do it, Nathan. Hello, guys. Today we're working on my
Oh, no, do it, Rexton. Okay, guys.
Okay, guys. Okay, guys.
Here we go. This is 6 hours of work. Please. Oh! Not power steering. Oh, we won't know until it's on the ground. Oh, it's pretty loose up in the air as well. Oh, I gotta chuck it on the ground.
Are you scared?
I'm very scared. I'll fill it up with some power steering fluid. New power steering pump installed. However, we wouldn't be able to tell if it was going to work until the car was on the ground. Now, while it was in the air, I decided to do a quick oil change with the oil from Autobahn.
Good hit.
Nathan helped me out, removing the oil filter, replacing it with a new one. So we had fresh oil, a new power steering pump, a new valve cover gasket, no oil leaks. If this all worked, this BMW was an absolute steal. That's all good. Bro, it freaking works. Yes! Yes! Oh, that's so good. Woo! Okay, so we now need to check the oil level. And in classic BMW fashion, this thing does not have a dipstick. So you have to do everything on the cluster right here.
For some reason it's not here. It makes sense if it was here. But you actually have to go cluster, go like this, service info.
Yep.
You press that in, and then you go to
Oil.
this. Oh, there we go, oil. There you go.
Okay.
It's loading now, so see there's a little clock in there.
So now we're gonna wait for the engine to load how much oil we have in the motor. Very odd.
Like back when I used to work on Audis, it was always here. And you would also have to wait for it to warm up because it wouldn't, obviously the cold oil level is different to warm oil. But you couldn't have the car running on Audis, so this is different.
Look at that, perfect.
Is it meant to be past max or is it supposed to be like at that thing?
I think if you go past that, that's too much, right?
Alright.
Don't know. So I've got the BMW now filled with brand new oil. It's got a brand new power steering pump, a brand new valve cover, and this thing drives awesome. We spent $125 on the valve cover, $240 on the power steering pump, about $110 in oil, and $2,700 in the car. This is what we're at. This is the total on the screen. We have not really spent much money for a running and driving twin turbo straight six BMW, which is sick. The next thing that we're gonna do is put the rest of the BMW engine bay back together. This is all you guys have really seen, just the engine like this, but there's actually all these parts that need to go back in the car. None of this was installed when I got the car. These are all spares that were sitting in the boot. So we're gonna go ahead and attempt to install all of this stuff. And I've never done this before because I never had to take it out. So we're gonna see how we go. So only a few more pieces to have this car fully complete. The car came with absolutely everything, including the under tray, which I didn't show in the video. But because I had never installed any of this stuff before, I had to watch some YouTube videos. And that's basically what I do with every car that I build. I just sit on YouTube and watch someone else do it so that I can do it. I've watched Lachlan do all of this in the past with his BMW 330. Surprisingly, none of this stuff takes that long. You need to install the strut bar before you install anything else, which I found out later. But now guys, the car is absolutely complete. $3,350 is insane. We definitely scored big on this car. So there we go, guys. The cheapest BMW 335i in Australia. $3,350 is how deep we are in the car. The plastic is now all together. The car came with absolutely everything. I do have some big plans for this, so make sure you subscribe to us, see what exactly we do. And it seems like you guys are really enjoying the BMW content. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next one. Catch you later.